Hey guys, it's Kelsey the Homemade Millennial. Welcome back, and it's about 7:30 in the morning here, and I'm out checking on our garden right now, and I decided I'm going to do a little garden tour to show you what we're growing. I want to go into this just letting you guys know we are total amateurs whenever it comes to gardening in general. We had raised beds for about 3 years in our old house, but we've moved out to 5 acres a few months back, and this is our first planting season. So we just kind of went all in. We did a huge plot, a lot of different things, because we were just going to see what grows out here and get some experience. So take that into consideration when you watch this video. There may be a lot of things that we're doing wrong, but we're learning. This is a learning year for us. Okay, we got so lucky this morning because it has been so windy around here, but it is so still this morning, and we can hear the crickets and the birds and the roosters. I wanted to first show you guys our plot here. We used a tractor to till everything. About 3 times my husband did it because we have some very hard soil here. We planted about 3 weeks ago. We started with most of these 3 weeks ago, and then a few days later I finished up with some of the plants here. These are mostly going to be radishes, and as you can see, they're doing extremely well. I don't know if I'm supposed to prune these, so if you have any advice, let me know. And here we planted some hatch green chili, which I am not sure if we're going to get anything out of it. It's been about a week and a half since we planted that, and I don't see anything coming up yet, so this is a maybe. On the end of the first row are our tomatoes. Now, I kind of failed on the tomato front because during that first week I don't believe I watered them enough, so as you can see we have a couple of plants that aren't doing so great or have died. This one's flourishing pretty well, so if we replace these tomato plants, I'll probably look for that variety because it's doing really well. Then here on our second row, I have a couple of jalapeno plants. We've got some buds coming up on those. And then the middle of the row, all of these guys here are various bell peppers. And then the rest of the row is bell pepper that we planted from seed. And here on the third row, we have our cucumbers. We have various cucumbers. Those are doing well. You can see they're nice and leafy. Let me know if I'm supposed to prune these early on, because I do have quite a few leaves on each cucumber plant. But yeah, the rest of the row I believe is just the standard cucumbers. We have about 5 or 6 okra plants going on. And then on the end of this row, we actually snuck in a couple of poblano peppers, which I've never attempted to grow poblano peppers before. So fingers crossed. I would love to have some fresh poblano peppers. They're so yum, yum, yummy. This is actually one of the pickling cucumbers, which, as the name implies, this whole row is pickling cucumbers. If those work out, I will make a whole bunch of pickles, homemade pickles. But this next row is all onions. I don't know if you can see that very well, but all those stalks that are coming up, those little green stalks, are onions. And we have white onions, we have yellow onions as well as red onion. And then on the end of the row, we have green onion that we planted from seed. These were all grown from onion bulbs. This whole entire row here, these are all green beans. You can see with their long stalks here, but the green beans are doing exceptionally well. When they get a little bigger, we'll add something that's vertical, that they can grow vertically on. Give me any suggestions on what works best with green beans. We appreciate it. All these little guys you can see here are Brussels sprouts. And then the end of this row and onto the next row, this is yellow squash. So we have yellow and green squash that we planted, and both of them are doing great. We have cantaloupe here. We have several of those cantaloupe growing, and those are doing well. Then on my very last row, I have corn, and just over the last couple of days, I've had quite a few of these little bitty stalks coming up, a couple more of the corn coming up here. And then the end of the row above that, we finished out with carrots, and I planted the carrots at the same time as I planted the corn, and I'm not sure how long that takes it to germinate, but I don't have anything coming up so far. And here is the back view of our garden. We have these posts here because in the next several days we need to go ahead and put up our hot wire fence. We do have quite a bit of rabbits out here and critters, of course. So that's just going to help to keep them out and from eating all of my plants. So that's what we have intentioned for all of these posts that are on the border of the garden here. All of these little guys are actually going to be wildflowers. We put them various places surrounding the garden to hope to attract pollinating insects like bees and butterflies and things like that. Well guys, that's going to be it as far as the garden tour goes. Thank you for joining me, and again, if you have any suggestions or helpful hints, anything that's constructive, please leave me a comment down below. I would love to hear from you, hear what you have to say. But as always, if you haven't, like this video if you enjoy it and subscribe. But I hope you guys have a great week, and I will see you soon. Bye.